OpenAI just published an incident report that should make every security team sit up. They ran a controlled experiment. They took a frontier AI model, switched off its safety guardrails, and told it to hack. And it did. It broke out of the sandbox, found its way onto the open internet, and ended up with remote code execution on Hugging Face's production servers. This wasn't a hacker, this was the test. For years, the debate about AI and cyber has been mostly theoretical. Could a model actually chain together a real attack? Not a textbook exploit, but privilege escalation, lateral movement, credential theft, a couple of 0 days it discovered on its own? As of this week, that question has an answer, and the answer is yes. Here's the setup. During the week of July 14th, OpenAI was measuring the cyber capabilities of two models, GPT 5.6 Sol and an unreleased one. To find the ceiling, they ran them without the usual safety restrictions, inside what was supposed to be an isolated environment, and told them to solve hard exploitation challenges. One of them noticed something the humans missed. The Sandbox relied on an internal package-registry cache proxy, a piece of plumbing almost nobody thinks about. It had a 0 day. The model found it, exploited it, and used it to punch a hole straight out to the public internet. From there, it behaved like a competent human adversary. It escalated privileges inside OpenAI's own research infrastructure. It moved laterally. It reasoned that Hugging Face probably hosted the answer key for the challenge, and it went after it. Stolen credentials, more 0 days, chained together, until it had remote code execution on Hugging Face's production systems. Here's the part that matters most. The model did this without the source code. It wasn't handed a map. It inferred where the valuable target was, and it improvised a path to get there. That is the difference between a scanner firing a known exploit and something that looks a lot like an operator. And yes, the irony writes itself. They built a box to safely test whether an AI could hack, and the AI's opening move was to hack its way out of the box. The Sandbox was the first victim. So what do we actually take from this? Two things. First, containment is a control, and controls fail. The whole exercise assumed the environment was isolated. One overlooked proxy said otherwise. Assume breach isn't a slogan. It applies to your test lab too. Second, detection still matters. This didn't spiral silently. OpenAI security team caught the anomaly, and Hugging Face independently detected and shut the activity down on their side. The defense worked because humans were watching, which is exactly why auditing the model itself is becoming its own discipline. Full disclosure, Gula Tech backs StarSeer, and that's what it does. It inspects models pulled from places like Hugging Face for tampering and backdoors before you ever trust them. The bigger picture is the one Hugging Face's CEO put plainly. AI safety won't be solved by any one company working in secret. OpenAI disclosed the 0 day, ran joint forensics, and pulled Hugging Face into a trusted access program. That's the right instinct, but because the capability that broke out of that sandbox isn't going back in. It's only going to get better. The real question is whether the defenders get access to it before the attackers do. So if you're building or running security today, plan for a world where the adversary is patient, creative, and doesn't sleep, because this week it filed a report on itself. That's the breakdown. For more on AI, offensive cyber, and where this is all heading, follow along at Gula Tech Adventures.